Right now we have new information tonight on a months-long News 4 Tucson investigation.
The father of a Tucson Marine veteran gunned down near Rocky Point last year gives us an update on the case and where things stand on several promises made by President Donald Trump during his campaign. News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter Course Nylander is live in Midtown right now with the latest. Course.
Yeah, well, Angelique, one thing that never stops, of course, is time. It's now been more than 3 months since Nicholas Quets was tragically murdered and gunned down while traveling back from Rocky Point, Mexico. His family really became a face in the efforts to try and stop violence along the border throughout the presidential campaign, and they received many promises from now President Donald Trump.
Well, we can't change the horrific death of my son, but we can ensure that a mother doesn't, and that this doesn't happen to another mother.
That was the emotional plea from Nicholas Quets' mother just days after he was gunned down in October while traveling back from Rocky Point. Her family becoming a major piece of this past historical presidential election, this self-described apolitical family joining J.D. Vance and Donald Trump at multiple campaign events in the final days of the election.
President Trump, even before the election, had committed to doing some things for our family and for the problem and support of all U.S. persons.
Nicholas's father, Warren Quets, also a distinguished military veteran, held on to those promises and was happy to see Trump's victory.
He invited us out to the inauguration as guests of his, so my family and I flew out there.
His family was given a special suite near the Capital One Arena. He was happy to see quick action taken on the border, such as the president's order to designate cartels as terrorist organizations.
President Trump is definitely a man of his word. Everything we talked about before he was elected, he followed through on, and he did exactly the way we had discussed.
The gunmen accused of killing Nicholas have already been arrested in Mexico. He wants to see them extradited, which hasn't happened yet. He says his focus now, though, is making a safer environment on both sides of the border to protect U.S. and Mexican lives. That, he believes, will require an end to systemic corruption.
So it's not just the immediate trigger gunmen, because they can be replaced. I mean, if you don't create solid institutions, the people that killed my son will be replaced immediately.
Until that day, he's satisfied with President Trump's mass deportations and efforts to attack cartels head on.
We've taken the first steps, but it's a long journey that'll require years and years to actually get fixed. But it's a little bit better today than it was last week, and next week it'll be a little bit better than today.
And Warren Quets is still waiting for more information from the FBI about the case against Nicholas's killers over in Mexico. Hasn't received an update for some time, patiently waiting for that. He also has some hopes for potential legislative changes here in the United States. We'll have more on that if it comes to fruition and keep you updated. We're live tonight from Midtown. Course Nylander, News 4 Tucson.
Course, thank you. This